The GTO and I are competing in an autocross at the Good Guys Car Show on this episode of Josh's Car Corner. Today you find me in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Good Guys Rod and Custom Auto Show. The Good Guys Rod and Custom Association was founded in 1983 by Gary Meters, and today it is the largest auto club in the world with over 70,000 members. And they go all around the country putting on these car shows. They also do all kinds of other events, and one of them is racing events. So while they're in Scottsdale, I thought I would take part and do autocross. One, because I've never done autocross in the GTO, and two, with all the suspension upgrades and custom modifications I've done to the car, I have no idea what the car is capable of. I've done road course racing, but that's an entirely different thing. That's high speed with high flowing corners and curbs and apexes and carrying speed. This is a completely different thing. It's going much, much slower, powering out of corners, very tight turns, trying to get away from understeer. So it's going to be a challenge, and I'm curious what this thing is going to be capable of with all the suspension upgrades I've done over the years. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be a dog? How's it going to compare to the other stuff that shows up? Modern cars, other cars that are modified, how's it going to do? So I'm excited to see what it's capable of, and once we get there, go out on the track, see what's up, and hopefully it'll be a good day. So this is the track. It's not the configuration I remember when the Roadkill guys did it, because they shot out in a straight line really quick, so they must change it every year, which is good. And I was thinking when I was coming in this morning that I was probably going to start in second gear and just stay in second gear, and I think looking at this, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm guessing they put that little kink in right at the start because modern street cars are so quick, they'd probably be going so fast by the time you got to this hairpin turn, you'd slam into the wall. Yeah, you're definitely not going to be going fast on this track. There's tons of tight turns. This is going to be all about handling and braking performance, which I definitely have better handling than I used to with the new wheel and tire setup. And I should have better braking with the better rotors and pads, but I put myself in the all-American class, which means I'm going up against all the Corvettes, which don't scare me too well. They're gonna be faster than me, so I guess I'm not scared of them. I'm just hoping I can beat all the muscle cars. There's Challengers, there's Mustangs, there's Camaros, newer than mine. If I can beat a few of them, I'll be happy, but man, this is tight. This is really tight. I can only hope that the GTO will do better at this than my old Grand Prix would have. That's the last car I ever autocrossed was my Grand Prix, and that was front wheel drive, the big, heavy twin cam V6 in the front end of it. And that thing slogged through corners, it understeered, but it was predictable. The GTO around these tight corners, boy, I wonder if I should have the traction control off. I guess I'll try it at first and see if I can keep the back end under control. If I can, great. If I can't, guess I'll turn it on and I'll take the penalty for when it kicks in. Because it's cold this morning, that's something you can't see. It's probably 50 degrees right now, and I've got a 340 tread wear rating tire on the car. So I should be doing better than some of these guys that have showed up with 200, 190 tread wear tires. They're not gonna grip well until later in the day. But once it does warm up, they are gonna grip a lot better than me. So here's the finish line, and then you stop there. Okay, this is gonna be my first time out on track. I have no idea where this track goes. I walked it like 1.5 times, and it's gonna be tricky, and so I'm not gonna be trying to break any records. I probably won't for a while. But do it in second gear, see if that's the right gear. Hopefully it is, because I really don't want to be ringing the engine around here in first, but we'll see. feel I'm understeering. I'm sliding around on the front tires. Oh, that was wrong. All right, go to the finish line. Woo! Okay. Well, that was the first run. 55.19. Not bad for my first time, considering I don't really know the track. And I screwed up a couple of times. I'm happy with that. So, wow. That's exciting. So now the way they do this is you just go park back in your stall again, and then they just start calling the cars from the slot you started in. So, pretty orderly system. Man, that's not a bad first time. I'm happy with that.
His best time was a 5.0 with a 2. He's been running that Cobra hard all weekend long. Bill comes across the line around that last bend. For the time, 5.0 with the 5.
Okay, so I've just made my suspension adjustments based on the advice of the guy over there with that silver Camaro. He came all the way from LA and told me, I told him I had adjustable suspension, and I was going to turn it up anyway, but he told me what I should turn up. So remember a few years ago when I showed from the Road America episodes what I could do? So the coilovers here, you can stick an Allen key in there and you can turn up the damper and rebound on the struts. So I turned those up about halfway. And then in the back, the Coney shocks, I adjusted too. If you get back in here and pull this back, that yellow hat there, you put a key on that and adjust it. I've turned those up 1.5 turns. So the front's dialed up about 50%, and the rear's dialed up about 75%. Now he told me that should help with the understeer, because I did have a lot of push out there. I could feel the front of the car slogging through corners. I did get sideways there a little bit that one time, so if I could keep that from happening and get through the corners a little better, I got a chance at running a low 50-second run today, which would be amazing. Considering I've got 340 tread wear tires, and some of these guys are out here on 200 tread wear stuff, so we're going to see what happens on the next run. So I'm in the staging lanes for my second run right now. Stiffen up the shocks, check my tire pressures. My rears are at 29, which seems a little low, so they're going to stay right there, and I dropped the fronts to 33. I'm going to do it in second gear again, and hopefully I don't slide out this time. If I do, hopefully I'll gain another second. Fastest in American class right now is a Corvette. It's a C7. He ran a 50.4. I'm just going to go out there and focus on those tight turns again and see what I can do. Here we go. Up. Tight turn again. Get that left this time, don't slide out. There we go. Okay, back left. Tight turn. Oh, a little out of position here, but that's okay. Left. Get in, come on. 54.0. So I shaved a second off. All right. Well, that's an improvement. They're not giving you the times on paper. You have to download an app on your phone to find out what you actually ran. So I'll get back here and see what I came up with. Okay, I just downloaded the app and I checked the results, and I am in 6th in class out of 23. The cars that are ahead of me right now, 04 Z06, 16 Corvette, 04 Corvette, 13 Charger, 15 Challenger. Somehow I gotta find a way to beat those Dodges. I cannot get beat by battleships. Okay, pulling up to the line for run number 3, staged, and I'm going to data log this time so we can see what the car is actually doing in terms of RPM and power. So I think now I just got to find places that I can carry more speed and get my braking down later. In fact, I think I'm going to try to left foot brake this time. See if I can have a little better control of the car. If not, I'll go back to just using one foot. If I can get to the 52s, I'll be happy. If I can do better than that, I'll be ecstatic. But we'll see what happens. I don't expect it to happen this run, but if I can get a 53.9 this run and make some progress, that'd be cool. And a couple people came over and saw my car, father and his son. His son's got an 04, and they're in the stands watching me right now, so I got to do well for them. Cone at least. All right, that's right. We got to get tight right, and then straight line. I'm gonna go back to one foot braking. I'm not good. All right, understeer. Getting too late on that one still. Left. 53.49. I went up. That's an improvement. I love it. And there's a water bottle under my brake pedal. I did that with a water bottle under the brake pedal, and if you don't believe me, I'm a pig. I must clean out my car better. Well, hey, that tells me I can go faster, and God, that felt sloppy in places, but I know now I've got much better control just using one foot. I don't have enough practice 2-foot braking. Man, that was good.
Oh, very nice. Bill Kingsman is on the line with this 72 Bronco. 302 under the hood, straight out of a Ford Explorer. Change out the cam and the springs, and he's letting this thing eat. His best time's been 47 with a 9. That was a tickle. Comes across 49 and change.
Okay, run number 4. Track is definitely heating up. Times are getting faster. I'm not sure where I am right now. I'm going to check after this run. And I know I just got to stick with one foot. So I'm just going to focus again on those braking points and making my straightaways longer. See if I can't get it down to 52. I've done that so far. All right, too much understeer there. Okay, sharp left there, right, gas, brake, sharp, remember goes back left, yep. All right, brake hard, okay. Right, and then left, come on. Wow, 51.9! Holy shit! That's a big improvement. Oh my God. If I didn't hit a cone, that was amazing.
Oh, and that's a plus.
Okay, the car that's about to run has got Robbie Unser in it. I don't know if he's in relation to the main Unsers, but it is an Unser name, which is uncommon.
Robbie Unser, At Albuquerque in the 67 Camaro Speedway Motors.
If he's from Albuquerque, he's related to Alan Big Al.
Did I tell you it's fast? Almost no body roll in that thing. His best time has been 45 with a 5. Robbie comes across the line. 46 with a 5. 46 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. It's flying.
With a passenger. Okay, run number 5. My fourth run didn't count. Apparently I didn't come to a complete stop after the end of the course, so even though it said I ran a 51.96, it doesn't count and won't be registered in the system. So I have to make sure I don't do that again. But having run a 51.9, I know I can do it again, and I know there were still a couple corners where the car was pushing. So if I could just focus on the speed in those really tight corners and keep the car from pushing around, I can do it again. And if I do, it should be good enough to get me back into 6th. Tight left-hander. All right. Right. Here I've been understeering. Don't understeer. .52.54. A half second slower than my best, but it is an improvement. I love the little noises. Bye, cones. Wow.
I saw that thing. That's more than a tickle.
Wrung out of it.
But he lets that little thing eat, doesn't he? Then he comes across the line with a time of 56. Not going to beat his 53.
Okay, run number 7. I don't know, I'm thinking about doing one in first. I'm wondering if there's enough grip out there now that I can get out of the corners in first gear without the backsliding everywhere. My braking distances will be shorter too if I go in first because I'll have engine braking. Thinking about it. But then I'm also worried about the oil sloshing around in the pan. I've just got a factory baffle in there. So, I don't know. Should I go for it? I guess I'll try it one time. front camera got all disjointed on that one. Too many RPMs. I did go faster though, 52.2. Closer to that 51.9. Ah, well, all right. Should I do that again? Braking's completely different because now the rear end is helping me brake a little more, and I could feel when I let off the throttle that the back end was sliding around, so I could use that to help me control the car. So I think I'm going to try that from now on. It's not that many revs. I didn't even get near 7. So apparently they're shutting this thing down at 1 o'clock, even though it said on the website that it was going to go till 3. So that's it. I got 7 runs, and I didn't miss any, so I got 7. Some people got 8. It was just they shut it down at 1. So, and they were about 3 or 4 cars away from me going up again. So that sucks, but at least I got to go, and at least I got to see what this thing is capable of. And you know what? It does pretty darn well. If I was able to dial in a little more negative camber, I think I could have been even better on 340 tread wear tires, where everyone ahead of me is either in a Corvette or running 200 tread wear tires and probably stiffer suspension than I'm running. So I'm actually pretty happy with how the thing did. It did really well, and even though that 51.9 run didn't count, I got below 52, and I know it, even though nobody else knows it. Hopefully this camera caught it so I can verify to the world that I actually did run it. But it was a good day. So this has been a lot of fun, and hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sure it was nice to see the GTO in the show again and out racing again. I certainly had a fun day in it and still love this car. Always continues to impress me. So once again, thanks for watching Josh's Car Corner, and we'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching the show. If you like the show, let me know by clicking that subscribe button, and you can always follow what's going on with the show on Instagram at Josh's Car Corner. Okay, I'm just getting a little more information on this Firebird. It's a beautiful 1968. He's running 52nd laps out there. Modified interior, all modern. But what caught my eye is the license plate says imported. Now, why would it say imported, you would say? It's a Pontiac Firebird. Well, and Joe, you better be paying attention here. Look at the VIN. It was built in Antwerp, Belgium. That's right. Some Pontiacs were built in Europe for the European market. And most of them had 3.6 engines in them or small cubic inch V8s because they had taxes on cars over there for cubic capacity. So he brought it over. He's originally from England. Very nice guy, by the way. And put a 400 in it, and it's done it up for track duty, and it's running 52nd times, and it's awesome. So there you go, Joe. You're the one that told me that Pontiacs were built in Europe. Now I just saw it in the flesh. That's pretty cool.
Driving the wheels off this 68 Firebird. His best lap has been a 5.0. Comes across with 5.1.